When catastrophes like this hit, it's not just my home got damaged. It affects families. People don't realize people commit suicide over these things. Families divorce. It is not just about the house. It is about putting them back the way they were before the storm. No better, no worse. Just put it right back the way it was. That's it.
Describe what you do in one sentence, what would that sentence be?
We level the playing field when it comes to insurance claims. It's stacked against the homeowner. The homeowner has no idea that we exist. And so when you have an educated person that's in that process, it levels the playing field, or we attempt to level the playing field. Obviously, we're not a multi-billion-dollar insurance company. We don't have their resources, but what we do have is we have knowledge, and we have a fighting chance.
In the end, when we hand them a $100,000 check, a $200,000 check, when they were only offered for $6,000, $12,000 to begin with, when we hand them that check and say, this is yours, I mean, I get hugs. What other job do you do where you do all of this work and then you get hugs? Sometimes we cry with the insureds. We say, hey, Bob, I'm coming over to bring you your settlement and need you to endorse the check, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, come on by. And you show it to them. And I mean, especially on hurricane claims.
When it's morning and my soul is clear, I look in the mirror.
Before it hit, did you think it was going to be this damaging?
No, we'd all thought it was going to pass by like it always does. It turns before it gets here. We never get the direct hit. We always say you might, but we really still didn't believe that we were going to kick a direct hit.
Right now, we are looking at imminent
slamming
landfall
into Louisiana
of
as
this
a powerful Cat 4.
There is growing concern in Grand Isle, Louisiana. The images of water
It's
rushing into
basically
homes there.
a
Calls for help.
15-mile wide F3 tornado.
The mayor had come to me and he said, Scooter, you need to leave. He said, I'm leaving. He said, the council's leaving. We're not going to stay. It's going to be bad. And I said, no. I said, I'm head man, so I'm staying with him. I just couldn't see leaving the town of Grand Isle. There was close to 75, maybe even 90 people that had stayed.
You said you've been in the service 40 years, right?
It'll be 40 years this year doing law enforcement.
How different was Ida compared to other hurricanes?
Well, after seeing the aftermath, it was the most destructive this island's ever seen in this modern era. My memories are all living in boxes right now. What's left of my beautiful home.
What was your first reaction when you first walked in here?
My grandson and I came in together to try to save the pictures we thought we didn't have to bring with us to the police station. And the floors were flooded from the rain because it was constantly raining after the storm. And they were starting to buckle. The sheetrock was coming down from all the pressure from the winds. So I managed to salvage my pictures. As far as all my belongings, it was molded and couldn't save none of that. Just tossed it out the front door. One picture I left here that was my dad when he went to Washington when he was the mayor. It's an old picture back at Lyndon Johnson. And my brother's in the background here. It's kind of distorted because this is my father here. Keep it here to protect my home. He's my protector.
Public adjusting is still very unknown among even places like this where hurricanes come every year. Have you ever heard of public adjusters?
No, is that your insurance adjusters? Is that the same thing?
As a public adjuster, the state of Louisiana requires me to disclose to the homeowner the 3 different types of adjusters that are licensed in Louisiana. There's a company adjuster, an independent adjuster, and a public adjuster. A company adjuster is an employee of an insurance company. An independent adjuster is an independent contractor, but they're still under the direction and control of the insurance company. And a public adjuster is me. So a company adjuster and an independent adjuster work for the insurance company. A public adjuster works only for the public. As a public adjuster, I'm required to disclose to the client, when I'm signing that contract, what the 3 different types of adjusters are. But do you know that the insurance company is not required to disclose to the homeowner what a public adjuster is? So that's why 90% of my clients say, I didn't even know you existed. I had no idea I could hire you.
I wish I'd have known about a public adjuster. You know, I'd try to search for one. 'Cause my check actually just came in a few minutes ago before I talked to you. And when I looked at it, you know, it wasn't pretty. You know, we talking about $86,000 the insurance company's giving me, and I got an estimate to repair my house for $116,000. We're talking about a big difference, close to $35,000, $40,000 difference. I'd love to talk to that public adjuster. Yes, that needs to get out. I had never heard of that, and I've been through many hurricanes and dealt with many adjusters. This is something else.
Most folks don't have enough to cover the deductible, especially when a lot of these deductibles are 2% or 5% of the coverage of the dwelling. That's some of those are $12,000. How many Americans, especially during the pandemic, had $12,000 sitting around? But according to the policy, that is the insured's duty, is to pay their deductible first.
What time did it happen?
At night, and it hit me right there, and I passed out there. And I woke up. I don't know, I guess it's because I had that cross in my hand. And I woke up, I said, where am I? Is this a dream? And I woke up and nobody. I almost died, that far away from death.
Have you ever experienced anything like this before?
I need you all to find out if FEMA's gonna help us. Because I'm trying to find out if FEMA will at least come and get me and put me in a hotel. I mean, God, I'm not asking for much, but I'm telling you, they said, Ronnie, you can't live here.
By the time an insured comes to a public adjuster, they have already reached a point of desperation. They are fed up, they have no money, they have nowhere to go, they're out of schlitz, and their house is filling up with mold. By the time they come to us, they're ready for a fast solution. And unfortunately, we have to turn around and tell them, hey, look guys, it's still gonna be another 30 to 60 days for us to go through the whole process, even as public adjusters. It's not fast, but you will have way more money in your pocket to put your house back the way it was before the storm than you would if you were by yourself.
If the insurance companies were required, when they buy that policy or when they have that claim, look, the person coming to your house is an independent adjuster, he's still working for us. However, you can hire a public adjuster. How many homeowners would hire a public adjuster? So there's a reason why they don't do that. But the state requires me to do that. When it comes to insurance, it's not a level playing field.